Hello everyone. We will start our new chapter today, that is working of institutions of ninth class. And in this chapter, we're going to particularly deal about the working of institutions. We are very well aware of the term democracy. What is this democracy? Democracy is basically a form of a government in which you elect your own representative, your own ruler. But do you think democracy is only about electing the ruler? Once the ruler have been elected, what is the next procedure then? So democracy is not just about people electing their rulers. In a democracy, the rulers have to follow some rules and procedures. They have to work with and within institutions. So how they work, how a decision is taken, how different organizations are involved in taking any decision or forming any rules and regulation for the country, we will study all of the procedures in this chapter and all of the institutions those are involved in a decision making process. We're going to study about this. ठीक है. जब भी कोई डिसीजंस लिए जाएंगे तो उसके ऊपर डिस्प्यूट्स भी होंगे. ठीक है. उन डिस्प्यूट्स को रिजॉल्व कैसे किया जाएगा? फाइन. Everything we will be dealing in this chapter. We already know, you have already studied that there are basically three institutions or three organs of the government. If we are talking particularly about democracy, so basically we have three organs. First is legislature, second is executive, and third is judiciary. Fine. Legislature is involved in making the laws. Executives basically execute the law. And what is the role of judiciary? It basically sees whether these laws have been implementing properly or not. And then punishment are given according to the terms that a person is violating any law or something. Okay. So how is this institution connected to other institution? What makes its function more or less democratic? Whatever involvement is, matlab, any form of government which is involved in this procedure, we will be discussing about those in this chapter. So let's begin with the topic. So first topic is the decision makers of our country. Okay? If you're talking about democracy, we should know that who will decide, yeah, who will make the decisions for the country. So there is not a single person who will be involved in this particular decision making. There is separate roles assigned to different organizations. So we have president. President is the head of the state and is the highest form authority in the country. इनका भी कुछ decision making में role होता है. Then we have prime minister. He is head of the government and he actually exercises all government powers. ठीक है. President is the nominal head and prime minister is the real head of the country. Prime minister, he is the most important person for the decision making power. Okay. He takes most of the decisions in the cabinet meetings as well. And the third important role in the decision makers is the role of parliament. We already know parliament has been divided into two parts, two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So moving on to the next topic is how is a major policy decision taken? For this, we first know about what is office memorandum. अगर मैं बहुत ही सिंपल टर्म में आपको बताऊं तो ऑफिस मेमोरेंडम इज अ गवर्नमेंट ऑर्डर. It is a special order of the government and it is issued for day-to-day administration. Government issues hundreds of orders every day on different matters. It is a document typically used for the communication within an organization. In this chapter, we will be discussing about the office memorandum that was issued on August 13, 1990. Government different issues पे हर एवरी डे कुछ ना कुछ ऑफिस मेमोरेंडम निकालती रहती है डिफरेंट मैटर्स पे. लेकिन ये वाला ऑफिस मेमोरेंडम इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट था क्योंकि इट डेल्ट विद, it basically said that 27% of the vacancies in civil post, okay, will be reserved for the socially and educationally backward classes, that is SEBC. Okay. The benefit of the job reservation was still then available only to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, but now it will be for SEBC. ठीक है. अब ये जो डिसीजन मेकिंग हो रही थी, ठीक है, जो ऑफिस मेमोरेंडम आया, इससे पहले एक कमेटी बनाई गई, एक कमीशन बनाया गया, दैट वाज नेम्ड एज द मंडल कमीशन. ओके. The government of India had appointed the second backward class commission in 1979 under the leadership of B.P. Mandal, and this was termed as, with the team, it was named as the Mandal Commission. It gave its report in 1980, and what was this report? Because basically, what were they asked to do? They were asked to determine the criteria to identify the socially and educationally backward classes in India, and uske upar they had to recommend the steps to be taken for their advancement. Okay. अब ऑब्वियसली अगर आप एक रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन लेकर आओगे, उससे पहले कुछ छानबीन तो करोगे. तो वैसे ही जो सोशली बैकवर्ड क्लासेस है, उनके बारे में जानने के लिए, उनके लिए क्या स्टेप्स लिए जाएं, उनके स्टेटस को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए ये मंडल कमीशन बनाया गया था. मंडल कमीशन ने सब सर्च आउट किया एंड दे गेव इट्स रिपोर्ट इन 1980 एंड दे मेड मेनी अदर रिकमेंडेशन, और उसमें से एक रिकमेंडेशन ये था कि 27% गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स में सीट रिजर्व कर दी जाए एससीबीसी की. सेवरल इयर्स तक ये हर पार्टी इसके साथ डील कर रही थी, पार्लियामेंट में आया, लेकिन ये रिकमेंडेशन लागू नहीं हो पा रहा था. लेकिन एक इलेक्शन मैनिफेस्टो में जनता दल ने ये प्रॉमिस किया कि जो मंडल कमीशन ने रिपोर्ट दी है, हम इसको इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे अगर हम इलेक्शन में जीतते हैं. वो कौन थे? वो थे वीपी सिंह. ओके. उन्होंने बोला अपने प्राइम मिनिस्टर के मैनिफेस्टो, वो अपना स्पीचेस दे रहे थे, तब उन्होंने डिक्लेयर किया कि अगर वो आगे मिनिस्टर बनेंगे, फाइन, तो वो ये जो रिकमेंडेशन है ये लेकर आएंगे. ओके. तो 6 अगस्त को 1990 में, फाइन, द यूनियन कैबिनेट took a formal decision to implement this recommendation, and next day Prime Minister VP Singh informed the parliament about this decision through a statement in both the houses, and finally this recommendation was taken. This recommendation was finally implemented. For next few months, it was a hot debate for the country. Newspaper and magazines were full of different views and opinions, and it also somewhere led to protests, because some people favored this decision and others felt that it was very unfair as it would deny equal opportunity to all who who didn't belong to the backward community. They would be denied for the jobs even though they could be more qualified, and people, matlab, there was a kind of, everyone had different opinion about it. Okay. कुछ लोग बोल रहे थे कि बहुत अच्छा हुआ है, इससे इनइक्वालिटीज दूर होगी. जो ये हमारा एससीबीसी ग्रुप है, ये एक काइंड ऑफ क्या है, डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो पा रहा था, अब इनका डेवलपमेंट होगा. लेकिन वहीं पे हमने देखा कि कुछ ऐसे लोग थे जो इसको सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहे थे. तो ये डिस्प्यूट चला, इसको रिजॉल्व कौन करेगा? ठीक है. वी नो दैट इस डिस्प्यूट को सॉल्व करने के लिए हमारे पास सुप्रीम कोर्ट एंड हाई कोर्ट्स हैं. जो हमारा बेसिकली जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट है, इट डील्स विद इट सेटल ऑल द डिस्प्यूट अराइजिंग आउट ऑफ अ गवर्नमेंटल डिसीजन. Some person and associations who opposed to this order, they filed number of cases in the court, and they appealed to the court to declare the order invalid and stop its implementation. The Supreme Court of India bunched all these cases together, and this was known as Indra Sahani and others with Union of the Indian case. मतलब यहाँ पे जो आपके लोकल लोगों ने जितना भी केस फाइल किया था, उनको कंपाइल किया, और उसको किसके साथ, यूनियन गवर्नमेंट के साथ हमारा ये डिसीजन क्लैश हुआ है. थ्रू इंदिरा सहानी एंड अदर्स विद यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया, इसके ऊपर एक जजेस की कमेटी बिठाई गई. 11 judges of the Supreme Court heard this argument on the both the side. Okay, and by the majority the Supreme Court judges in 1992 declared that this order of in government of India was valid, and this was to be implemented to basically improve the condition of SEBC community in India.